Nice shot from our A camera out in Ridgefield. Welcome back to Afternoon Live. All right, are you ready for some statistics? Because according to datingadvice.com, 19% of brides in 2017 said that they met their spouses online. In total, 37% of relationships and marriages actually begin online. I know. Online dating once had a stigma attached to it, but it's definitely disappearing and becoming more and more popular to meet people, and that's the way. So our next guest is here to tell us all the do's and don'ts of your online dating profiles. We welcome back relationship expert and sex coach, Christine D'Angelo is with us. Christine, this is really something, because I have to tell you, my brother won't mind, but my brother was here over the holidays, and the first thing he did was get on some app called Bumble. Yeah. Okay, well, he was bumbling all over the place. And next thing you know, he was like, well, I'll see you guys later. And he was off on a date. Nice. And I said, really? Yeah. It happens like that? So this online dating thing is getting pretty serious, huh?
Yeah, it is. And I actually met my husband online.
Really?
In 2013.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so
you weren't afraid?
No, I mean, I pretty much started using online dating as soon as it came out, because I was like, why not cast your net even wider, right? And also, I think fewer and fewer people are actually walking up to each other in person and being like, hey, I find you attractive. Would you like to? It doesn't really happen anymore.
Like, that's interesting that that's more of like the creepy way to meet people than online dating now. Okay, all right, so you have some do's and don'ts. So let's start with the profile picture.
Okay, so profile pictures, I wanted to start there because it's probably the most important part of online dating, because it's the first thing that people see. And it only takes 1/10 of a second for someone to look at that photo and base an opinion on you off of that one photo.
Right, that's why it's super important.
Yeah, you need to put some thought into it.
Okay.
Okay, so my first tip is limit your amount of selfies. In fact, maybe just don't even put selfies on your profile at all.
Really?
Yes.
Now, why is that?
A lot of times it's a gym selfie or a bathroom selfie or even just a close-up of you.
Right.
And if you just only have selfies, you're kind of sending the wrong message of, I might be a little bit conceited, right? Because I'm just constantly taking selfies of myself.
Okay.
But it's also sending a message of maybe you don't have any friends and maybe you're not close to your family. Like, so my first tip is to include 1 to 2 photos of you with friends, family, even a pet, just to show that you have some connections and loved ones in your life, and it will make your profile more attractive.
So now, even for your actual profile picture, or just part of the pictures that you upload?
The first picture should just be you, of what people see.
So that's an okay selfie as long as it's a good one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as it's a good one.
What constitutes a good picture? Because I guess you don't want it to be fuzzy or...
Yeah, you want to use a high-resolution photograph, so no blurry photos. Have it be very clean and crisp.
Okay.
Like, it's just no mystery involved into what you look like with that first photo.
Okay, but you don't want it to look like, you know, you went to some studio.
No, you definitely
like
don't want
a profile headshot.
No, you don't want a headshot.
Okay.
Definitely, you know, just ask a friend when you feel like you're looking really good that day. Ask a friend to take a close-up of you.
In good lighting.
Yes,
I learned that from, of course, my 13-year-old. Every time there's a light, this is lighting, Mom.
Yes.
This is lighting. Oh,
yes.
Give me a break. Okay, all right, so I digress. Okay, so now we got the profile picture and some of the pictures that you upload.
Yes.
Not a lot of selfies, and you say maybe none at all.
Yes.
Okay, and what else?
So the next tip I have is to use a variety of different shots. So include a body shot, an activity shot, something that shows your hobbies and interests.
Okay.
Because what you want your viewer to feel is like, oh, I also like to hike, and I also like to play tennis.
Right,
and
right.
It's a connection that you're making with that person through your photo.
That, through your photo.
Yeah.
Goodness, it is so. So it is important to pay close attention to what. Don't just upload at will.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
And also ask someone else who's close to you to look at your photos and say, hey, what do you think of my selection?
Oh.
Should I edit it down? Should I, you know?
So it's good to have a second and maybe even third opinion, but not too many, I would assume, because then everybody has something to say, and you'll never put anything
Maybe
out.
just your best friend.
Okay, that sounds
stop
good.
there.
Okay, no, that's enough. So talk to me about timing of the photo. So like, should you ever put anything up, you know, years ago, like for your flashback? No, you said no.
That's
right away. No, only current photos?
I would say nothing older than 6 months. Keep it current.
Wow.
Yes.
So do you have to scroll through and sort of edit out like things older than that as well?
Yes. Keep it fresh.
If you've been on for a while?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because one thing that someone will tell you who's done a lot of, if they're a seasoned dater, okay?
Okay.
They will say, so many times I've showed up to a date and the person did not look like their photo.
Oh, you sound like my brother.
And you just get disappointed. And like, in fact, when I first met my husband, I walked in and that was my first thought was relief that he looked like his profile.
Oh, I was going to say, you walked in and thought you were being catfished? That's not good.
But that's how often I was meeting people who didn't look like their photo.
Wow.
And
yeah,
so
no, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you're wasting both of your time if you don't represent correctly.
No, it's true. And I'll tell you, my brother has said that he has actually walked out because the person was so far from what they look like. Currently, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not fooling anybody.
No.
And why meet up then? That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk real quick about some of the other content that you put up.
So you also on your profile are going to have sections where they want you to tell your viewer a little bit about yourself. It's usually called like about me or biography or something.
Okay.
And so one thing I've seen a lot of is people don't put too much thought into that because it is a difficult thing to talk about yourself.
Yes.
And especially to write up something about yourself because we're not used to doing that.
Right.
So sometimes I'll see like, I'm funny, or I like to be active,
Right,
you know, and,
okay.
and then they'll just leave it at that. Or I've even seen some guys who will just say, just ask me.
Right. Oh,
And you're
that's
like,
not good.
well, no.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we have this whole situation set up here, so I don't have to ask you. I need to just, you tell me.
Exactly.
Got you. So basically put some thought into who you are.
Yes.
And maybe run that by somebody, too, to make sure, am I really funny?
Yeah, yeah. So if you want to say, you know, I'm active, there's a different way to say that. So let's say on a sunny day, I like to take advantage of being in the Pacific Northwest and going to the gorge and hitting the hiking trails.
Okay, so
like that
be
shows
specific.
you're adventurous. You
Got
like
you.
to be outdoors. And what you're doing is you're giving your reader the opportunity to envision them being on that trail with you.
Oh.
And like, oh, I also like to go to the gorge and hike. Like, I think we might have a lot in common.
It's like a fantasy date already.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? I know you have a bunch more tips, and what we're going to do is we're going to put them up for everybody on
Great.
our website. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
And congrats again on your online dating
Thank you.
experience. Turned out well for you. Maybe you too. All right, we're going to have Christine's tips for you on our website at ka2u.com.